Start your day like a warrior. If you truly want to change your life, you must begin by changing the way you move, the way you breathe, and the way you think. Every emotion you feel, every goal you chase, begins with your state of being. Your body is not just a machine. It is the command center of your destiny. When your physiology changes, your focus follows. And when your focus shifts, your entire world transforms. Most people wake up and drift into the same routine, the same thoughts, the same limits. But not you. You are here because a fire burns inside you. You are tired of mediocrity. You are ready to wake up not just from sleep, but from the life that no longer fulfills you. To live with power, you must rise with intention. You must decide, before the world even opens its eyes, who you are going to be today. The first rule of transformation is energy. Every breakthrough begins with a spark of motion. Move your body, change your breathing, open your chest, and raise your spirit. When you stand tall, when you breathe deeply, when you smile like victory already belongs to you, your brain releases chemicals of strength and clarity. You start commanding your emotions instead of obeying them. The second rule is focus. Your life flows toward whatever captures your attention. Most people wake up and focus on problems. They scroll through chaos, absorb negativity, and wonder why their day feels heavy. But high performers, those who rise above the noise, understand this truth. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Choose gratitude, choose growth, choose progress. Because progress equals happiness. You cannot expect an extraordinary life with an ordinary mindset. You cannot demand abundance while living with the habits of scarcity. Education does not end in school. It begins the moment you take responsibility for your own evolution. Self-education is the new power. In this era, knowledge is free. Opportunity is everywhere. And those who learn faster rise faster. Ask yourself today, what new skill will make me more valuable? Because wealth follows value. The more valuable you become to others through discipline, creativity, empathy, or resilience, the more doors the universe opens for you. Work harder on yourself than on anything else. Your income, your relationships, your confidence, they are all reflections of who you are becoming. When I once asked a great investor, Warren Buffett, what the most important investment of his life was, I expected him to name a company, a stock, $1 billion deal. But he looked at me and said, "Tony, the best investment I ever made was in myself." He took a small course on communication, learning how to speak, how to persuade, how to express ideas with conviction. All my ideas, he said, would have died on my lips if I had not learned to communicate. Think about that for a moment. Every soul on this planet is given the same gift time, exactly the same number of hours in a day. The difference is how we use them. Some waste them in distraction. Others build empires. The question is not how much time you have, but how much intention you bring to the time you do have. Manage your energy, not your hours. Do what truly matters, what pulls you closer to the life you dream of. Remember this, the traits that make you strange are the very gifts that make you powerful. The world might not understand you because you were not born to fit in, you were born to stand out. Visionaries never fit the mold. Their ideas challenge the norm. Their presence disturbs the comfort of the average. If people tell you that you're too intense, too ambitious, too emotional, smile, because that means you are alive. The dull never inspire anyone. Inside every one of us, there's a voice that whispers, there must be more than this. That voice is not your enemy. It's your calling. It's the soul reminding you of who you are meant to become. Every dream, every goal, every success story starts with that whisper. The problem is, most people ignore it. They silence it with fear, with comfort, with excuses. But the few who listen, who take action despite fear, become unstoppable. Everyone wants to grow, to do more, to give more, but very few are willing to do what it takes. Everyone wants a strong body, but few want to sweat for it. Everyone wants financial freedom, but few will sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term peace. Remember this: happiness does not come from getting everything you want. Happiness comes from progress, from becoming more than you were yesterday. When you move forward, you feel alive. So how do you start transforming your life? Step 1. Create a vision so compelling that it pulls you forward, even when you feel tired. A vision so clear, it excites your soul. It must be specific, measurable, and emotional. What do you want? Not what you think you should want, not what others expect from you. What do you truly desire? Picture it vividly. See it, feel it, breathe it until it becomes real in your mind. Step 2. Find a reason so strong that quitting becomes impossible. When your why is powerful enough, the how reveals itself. If your purpose is shallow, any challenge will stop you. But if your purpose burns in your heart like fire, no obstacle will ever break you. Purpose is the invisible engine of greatness. It keeps you moving when motivation fades, when the world doubts you, when fear screams louder than faith. Step 3. Take massive action. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait for the right moment. Action is what creates momentum, and momentum is what changes everything. Map out your goals. Break them down into daily rituals. Identify the small, consistent actions that bring massive results over time. Because in the end, it's not what you occasionally do that shapes your destiny. It's what you do consistently. Step 4. Decide who you want to become. Not just what you want to achieve, but who you want to be. What qualities must you master to live that vision? Strength, patience, discipline, compassion. Every day you are sculpting your identity through your choices. You either reinforce your limits or your potential. The future version of you is built by the habits you practice today. And here's the truth: it's all possible. Every dream that lives in your mind exists because somewhere deep down, you already have what it takes to make it real. If someone else has done it, so can you. If one human being has risen from nothing to greatness, that means the pattern exists. You can model it. You can learn it. You can become it. The only question is, will you? Every person you admire, every story of triumph you've ever heard, began the same way, with uncertainty. The great ones weren't born confident. They built it. They failed, fell, and rose again. They learned that life's purpose isn't to make you comfortable, but to make you strong. Every challenge isn't punishment, it's preparation. Life doesn't test you to expose your weakness. It tests you to reveal your power. So when life pushes you, don't resist, lean into it. Diamonds are created under pressure, muscles grow through resistance, and character is born in adversity. When you embrace discomfort, you step into your greatness. Growth begins where excuses end. There will be mornings when you don't feel ready, days when your mind whispers that it's useless. But discipline doesn't wait for emotion. Motivation fades, discipline stays. You don't need to feel ready. You need to begin. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates miracles. Every sunrise offers a decision: to repeat or to evolve. You are not your past. You are your potential. The story of your life is still unwritten. Every decision you make today becomes a sentence in that story. Will it be a story of regret or of resilience? There are two kinds of people: those who react to life and those who create life. The difference is mindset. When you take full responsibility for everything in your world, your energy, your results, your reactions, you become unstoppable. Responsibility is not weight, it's freedom. It means you no longer wait for things to change, you become the change. Maybe right now you feel stuck. Maybe the dream feels far away. But what if the struggle is the very thing shaping you for that dream? Every rejection, every delay, every closed door is not the end, it's redirection. The question is not, why is this happening to me? The real question is, what is this teaching me? Masters of life are relentless students. They do not fear mistakes. They learn from them. They do not fear rejection. They use it as feedback. Every failure is simply data, a sign pointing you toward a better version of yourself. The difference between success and defeat is not the number of failures, but the number of comebacks. Never underestimate the power of one decision. One choice can change everything. One skill can open 1,000 doors. One small daily ritual can transform your destiny. Greatness is not built in a day, it's built day by day. The habits that seem insignificant are the bricks of your future. Ask yourself each morning, what are the rituals that define my day? If you begin with chaos, distractions, and noise, you start your day reacting. But if you begin with gratitude, movement, and focus, you start creating. The first hour of your morning determines the quality of your day. Guard it as if your life depends on it, because it does. You don't have to be perfect to progress. You only have to be consistent. One step forward, no matter how small, still counts. The direction matters more than the distance. The only real failure is standing still. Momentum is the secret ingredient of greatness. Stop chasing happiness. Chase growth instead. Happiness is a byproduct of becoming. When you push your limits, when you contribute, when you create, happiness arrives naturally. Growth makes you feel alive. It reminds you that you are evolving, expanding, and fulfilling the potential that once only existed in your imagination. The most successful people in the world aren't necessarily the smartest, they are the most consistent. They show up when it's boring, they practice when it's quiet, they persist when others quit, and that consistency turns them into forces of nature. Life rewards those who prove they can handle its weight. You were not born to live an average life. You were born to rise. The world won't hand you your destiny. You must claim it. Prove your hunger with your actions, not your words. Prove your dreams matter through persistence, through resilience, through your refusal to give up. The universe responds to commitment, not wishful thinking. Think about the man who lost his job but refused to give up. He volunteered his time when others stopped trying. He gave his best even without reward. And when the opportunity came, he was already prepared. The difference wasn't luck, it was mindset. One man saw obstacles, the other saw possibilities. That's the power of perception. Reality isn't fixed, it's filtered through your belief system. If you believe you can, you expand. If you believe you can't, you shrink. Your beliefs build your boundaries. Believe in the impossible, and you give yourself permission to attempt it. Most people fail not because they aim too high, but because they never aim at all. This life is not about seeking approval, it's about embracing authenticity. You don't need permission to dream, to grow, to evolve. The moment you stop apologizing for who you are, fear loses its control over you. You don't need to fit in. You were born to stand out. The world doesn't need another imitation, it needs your truth. Start your day with power, your time is now. Your story begins today. Rise and never look back.